LeBron James is firing back after Fox News anchor Laura Ingraham told him to, quote, shut up and dribble. This is all stemming from comments LeBron James made on a podcast accusing President Trump of not caring for the people.
This is what happens when you attempt to leave high school a year early to join the NBA. And it's always unwise to seek political advice from someone who gets paid $100 million a year to bounce a ball. Oh, and LeBron and Kevin, you're great players, but no one voted for you. Millions elected Trump to be their coach. So keep the political commentary to yourself, or as someone once said, shut up and dribble.
By the way, actually, he did finish high school, and he fired back with this post, I am more than an athlete, and the hashtag, we will not shut up and dribble. Another NBA star adding that her comments are racist. Ingram doubling down, denying any racial intent in her remarks. She says it's the same concept as her book, Shut Up and Sing, where she criticized other celebrities for trashing then President George W. Bush. So let me bring in Baltimore Ravens tight end Benjamin Watson, and author of Under Our Skin, Getting Real About Race. Benjamin Watson, my friend, it is good to have you back on. I hope you are well. Let me just begin with saying Ingram doesn't think LeBron James should be talking politics, but let me just remind our viewers who Fox does deem credible enough to talk politics. Look at this list. All of these quote-unquote pundits. Why are they allowed but not LeBron James, Benjamin? Do you think race is involved in this from her?
Well, I don't know quite why they aren't allowed, other than the fact they have an opposing view. And what we've seen so much right now, especially in the climate that we're in, is that if you have an opposing view from someone, whether they be a TV personality or somebody that you're working with, you want to shut them down. And so as we've seen, there's been plenty of people who have been allowed to speak about politics, speak about whatever, as long as they agree with whatever narrative the certain host or hostess wants to push. And so when it comes to race, I do think that there are racial undertones. Now, I watched Laura Ingraham. I watched her response. I watched how she tried to show the different people that she said shut up and whatever to. There were only one or two. But when you say those sorts of things, especially because of our history as a country, we can't say those things in a vacuum.
I don't know if you saw, Benjamin, but I was reading over the weekend how this group of fans were actually removed from this hockey game over the weekend after yelling at this one black hockey player who was sitting in the penalty box, and they were yelling, basketball, basketball, at him. And so the Washington Capitals coach actually responded saying there is absolutely no place in the game of hockey or in our country for racism, and I think it's disgusting. NBA star Dwayne Wade over the weekend tweeted, Benjamin, they use to try and hide it. Now the president has given everyone the courage to live their truths. I mean, you've been playing football for a long time. What's your personal experience? Do you think there's any truth to that?
Well, again, I do think that we're in a time where, whether it's because of social media or because of the presidency, people are getting outside of, I guess, the pleasantries or maybe the protocol of how to talk to people. And it's really disgusting on both sides. It's disgusting to look at my social media feed and see people say STFU, or people say go back to wherever, or people say shut up and play. I've had that plenty of times too, depending on what side of an issue that I've come out on. So I do think, however, that the president has the ability to set the atmosphere and the temperature and the climate for how we interact with each other. Whether we agree with him or not, there's always a certain way to speak to people. There's a certain amount of respect we should have for people, for their humanity. And when you use obscenities, when you say the SOB comments that we talked about earlier this year, that does have an effect on everybody, not just the people that agree with you, but on both sides. It's very polarizing when you have that coming from the top. And I've said this over and over again, that whether we agree with the president or not, he is our president, and he has the ability, the strength to, with one simple word, I'm sorry, I was wrong, I was out of, my tone was wrong. He has the ability to really bridge the gap and bring us together.
From the top. Benjamin Watson, thank you.